And speaking of DSN, we have one of the key players joining us in the DelmarvaLife kitchen.
Is that me?
That's you.
I guess it's me.
Zack.
Hey everybody, wait, what camera are we on? I'm used to being over there on my set.
No, the sports director of the Delmarva Sports Network, Zack Parnes, you know him, you love him, and he's back with us again.
Yes, indeed. Happy to be here with y'all.
What are you doing today? What are we doing?
So today we're making a Pineapple Poblano Salsa Verde. I really like Salsa Verde. I think it's a nice little thing as spring is beginning to sprung here in April. Finally got our first 80-degree day yesterday. So we need something that's got a little heat, a little refreshing to it. So why not a little Salsa Verde classic dish from Latin cuisine?
Okay.
Cool.
So we have knives.
Yes, y'all have knives. Let's get to it. First and foremost, folks, there's lots of different interpretations of Salsa Verde. I feel like that's important to say for the folks at home. So you can do this a variety of ways, but we're going to be adding pineapple and poblano, hence Pineapple Poblano Salsa Verde. But the base of any Salsa Verde is this guy right here. This is called a tomatillo. Some of you may not have seen these before. They are in the tomato family, and they are called the Mexican husk tomato, also known as. So these guys actually, when you see them in the store, they'll have this husk on them, this kind of outer core, etc. And you just peel those away. It's super easy, and bada bing, bada boom,
there's your
tomatillo underneath, and that's the part that you take and roast up. There's lots of different methods that people like to use. It's kind of like whatever your mom grew up doing is what families tend to do. So, you know, oven roasting the tomatillos, sometimes pan frying, which we're going to be doing, and then also some people like to boil them too. Okay. So they all do a little bit of different things to the flavor. It's just kind of your preference at the end of the day. But today we're going to be doing the pan searing. So,
all right, give me started.
Jimmy,
what am I doing?
Lisa, let's get to it. You're gonna, Jimmy, first chop up our onion, just kind of coarsely though, because we are gonna blend everything together. It's a salsa after all. Okay. And Lisa already ahead of the program right here.
Ahead.
She's quartering / halving, whatever you want to do with the tomatillos to be able to get them roasted, and then we're gonna start introducing them to our searing hot pan right here. Unbelievable. We also have a poblano pepper. That's gonna give us a little bit of smokiness, a little sweet, but also a little heat behind it as well. I think it's gonna pair well with the pineapple. I've had some pineapple poblano guacamole before, and also this salsa verde as well.
How do you want me to cut this up?
Honestly, everything's getting blended, so it can be pretty coarse.
Oh, okay.
We are gonna saute it briefly, along with a jalapeno that Jimmy has over here. You can, how you have it right there is perfect.
Okay.
You coarsed it like that, that's easy. We're also gonna be adding some cilantro to this. Other ingredients include garlic, lime, a little bit of salt, and clearly pineapple, which I have in my airtight dish right here.
What am I doing with pepper? Anything with pepper?
If you want to chop it a little bit, you can.
Yeah.
Why not?
Come on.
You leave the stem in there for texture.
Now, originally you were going to make some homemade tortilla chips to go with this.
This much is true, yeah. But I couldn't find the tortillas that I wanted at the store. I was looking for corn tortillas so that I could fry them and we'd have corn chips. But that was not available to me. So that's pretty much all you have to do at home, folks, is just go out, grab a couple of tortillas, bring them home, chop them up into chip-like pieces, triangles, pyramids, whatever you want to say, and then throw them together right into a deep fryer very quickly like canola oil
This
type.
is starting to smoke.
Yeah, so let's get some hot stuff in there, or cold stuff to make it hot in there, I should say. Tomatillos is in. Let's go.
Whoa, they're popping.
So we're going to do a little bit of the jalapeno in here as well, probably the entire thing. I like using the raw onion in the salsa verde, mainly because I think it gives it a little bit more of a bite. But other people like to roast, boil, etc. Like I said, there's pretty much no wrong way to do this per se. It's just kind of combining everything. I'm going to have you do some of the tomatillos here, because roasting them is probably the biggest thing. That brings out a lot of their natural sweetness, good flavors that they have as well. You guys are doing great. This is awesome. I feel like Gordon Ramsay right now. It's pretty amazing with my two sous chefs.
Don't get carried away.
I was about to say, I'm not going to go to that language, barrier whatsoever. But, but I can't say, Jimmy, you're not moving fast enough right now. I don't understand. Can you please hurry up?
Would you like a finger in here too, Chef?
No, I'm okay on that. Sorry.
Right. So all this goes in there?
Yes, indeed. Okay. So roast these tomatillos. If you're going to put them in the oven, probably 400 degrees for about, I would say, 10 to 12 minutes. They're tomatoes after all, so they will tend to get pretty soft pretty quickly.
Okay.
We got some of the heat coming off that jalapeno too. Don't breathe too much of this smoke in, folks. Might get in your lungs.
All right, so we're going to let these roast for a little bit.
Yes.
We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about DSN.
Yes,
and
indeed.
we're going to put all of this together.
A pan full of tomatillos And we are being shown how to do this by this guy, sports director of Delmarva Sports Network, Zack Parnes. Where are we? What are we doing?
All right.
What's next?
This is the easy part because
good.
we let the machinery do the work here for us. Everything goes in, all the kids into the pool, tomatillos roasted. Okay, not actual children. Tomatillos, jalapeno, poblano pepper that we have sauteing a little bit, raw onion, cilantro, some lime juice, and pineapple, of course. And then a little bit of salt, although I don't like to use a ton because you get the salt from the chips.
Okay.
All right, so let's
All
start
right, let's do
adding
it.
everything
Start
up.
dumping
So,
in?
yeah, Jimmy, earlier we had you carve up the cilantro, or chop it up, I should say, into just a couple of pieces here for us. I'm trying not to dump anything out. We only get one take to do this, folks. So,
Yeah, but it's great TV when it splashes.
I know, of course, but there
the
we
5-second
go.
rule
100%.
doesn't apply.
Yes,
Cilantro?
indeed. Yep, the entire bunch of cilantro right there is going to go in. We're going to do the onion here, which is actually going to be about a cup. So I'm going to break this down, or we can actually cut that in half if you don't mind, Jimmy, when you're
can
done.
do that.
I'm going to come behind with some lime juice here. Now you can do as much or as little as you'd like, but I like to use probably the juice of an entire lime. We'll probably plate with some afterwards too. So we're getting to that point. Also a couple garlic cloves, which I failed to mention beforehand. Jimmy, go ahead. You can throw the rest of that onion in there, and then we got
Like this, you want me to chop it up or just like this?
Yeah, you can take half of it, or we can use the whole thing, however oniony you'd
Just,
like
I mean,
to
you
make
don't need me to chop it. Just put it in the...
I would chop it
Okay,
again,
just
in
making
case,
sure
just to
that
make
I
sure.
know what we're talking
I don't
about
want to
here.
break the machinery,
Okay.
you know, but that's my only thing. You
There we
guys got
go.
nice gear here. All right, so we got that, and then pineapple come behind. I'm using probably about, this is like half to 3/4 of a cup. You could use more if you want it sweeter. And there you have it.
All right.
And just
you
like
put that in
that,
there.
Do we salt now or salt later?
salt it later, you know, to taste. Why not? Good question, though. And let's go back to the early 2000s of YouTube. Will it blend? That is the question. But look at it. It's blending big time. So we're just going to let that go, and eventually you'll have salsa, believe it or not.
Okay. So, can you hear us, or do we need to sign the next?
Yeah, that's right. We're going to do a little sign language here. Hope you can read it okay.
Yeah.
So, Delmarva Sports Network, how's it going?
Delmarva Sports Network, going real well. Right now we're in the spring athletic season. We got lacrosse, baseball, girls soccer, and Delaware softball, of course, too. Here, we'll stop this for a second. There we
okay.
go. That's a good talk about it. DSN going great. We think we have a really positive thing for the community going right now. I mean, everybody loves sports to an extent, and now we get to see local sports broadcasted live on your televisions at home. So, you know, great stuff from local high schools, colleges, etc. It's just something that we're so excited to be able to share with everybody, and also be able to tell compelling stories that way from the athletic field and off the field.
Do you have some good stuff coming up?
Yeah, lots of great stuff headed our way. Overall, our games of the day getting even more competitive. We're starting to see, you know, who's actually formidable in competition across baseball, lacrosse landscapes. We have that going on for us. We're going to be bringing you another mixed martial arts fight come June time, which should be a lot of fun as well. So yeah, lots of things on the calendar. Be on the lookout this summer for lots of cool stuff involving local little leagues, et cetera, et cetera. I don't want to give too much away.
How do we watch? How do we find you?
Yes, over the air 16.2, that's first and foremost. You can also stream on our website, Delmarva Sports Network, or on Facebook, Delmarva Sports Network. We're also on Xfinity, Fios. Only place you won't be able to get us is on Dish and DirecTV right now. But if you have any other cable provider, we're there.
All right, so
There we go.
Let's dish that up so we
Salsa
can
Verde.
taste it.
I'm up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there you go. Some people like theirs very, you know, kind of watery, fine, etc. would be the right term. I just
get that.
drop that over. Thank you much, Jimmy. Appreciate it. And look at that, kiddos. We have some salsa verde. Now it's got a little heat on it. I can like feel it in my eyes right now.
Uh-oh.
But this is coming down. Ooh, this looks good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so bingo, bango. Like I said before, you want to make the chips at home. Just dunk them in some oil. I got lazy today. Brought you guys some nice bag chips, but hey, they're gonna bring the salt, and let's see if this brings the heat or not.
All right.
And?
That is good.
Lisa?
One thing I should say, after you do this, it'll be a little warm, especially if these things are coming out of here. So once this goes into the fridge for like 15, 20 minutes, or you put it in like a larger bowl of ice, be able to chill it down real quick. Bada bing, bada boom.
boom, bada bing,
Pineapple,
delicious.
poblano, salsa verde.
And it's perfect. I love it. I can
Oh,
taste
thank
it
you.
all. Zack Parnes,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you so
Of
much.
course, my
Coming
pleasure.
into Delmar, you left Jimmy speechless.